What's up guys, my name is Carl and welcome back to Tech Hunter. So today we have got a £700-ish PC build coming up. I've managed to get some good deals on some open box parts, so that is something I'd recommend you guys checking out. Check out your favourite websites, whether you're in the UK or the US, look in their clearance section and you may be able to find an open box deal or maybe a refurbished or a returned item and maybe to save yourself some money there. But for the main point of this video, I'm going to be basing everything obviously on new prices and what it will cost for you to go out and buy that brand new, regardless of whether it's had a damaged box or not. So switching angles and moving over to the other side of the desk, we've got pretty much everything involved already here. All of the boxes are there and I've taken the liberty of unboxing absolutely everything already because it will save me time regards building. And I wanted to take a picture of it as well with all the parts laid out. So Instagram, you know what we got to do for that kind of stuff. I'll give you guys a quick rundown of all the parts. We've got 16 gigs of Corsair Vengeance RAM. We've got a 240 gig SSD. We've got an RTX 2060. We've got a CX 550M power supply. We've got a B450 motherboard, we've got a Ryzen 5 2600, and we've also picked up a 1TB hard drive, and I believe that is everything. Oh, and the case. It's a Game Max Kamikaze Pro. I've used this case 2 or 3 times now. I love it, it's great for budget builds. You get decent airflow with that mesh front panel, and it's got tempered glass side panel, and it comes included with 4 ARGB fans. The fact that it has 4 fans anyway is good enough for me, regardless of the LEDs. So yeah, I always like that case. And it's a cool little micro ATX case. I'm turning into be a little bit of a fan of micro ATX. It's just that little bit smaller. And if you've spotted in the background, there is some more PC parts. That's for a £1,000 PC build I've got coming up. That's pretty much the best PC you can build for that price point using new hardware. Obviously some nice looking things. You can probably see that Fantex P400A hiding in the background. Again, as with any PC build, storage, cooling, and looks are all subjective. It's all up to you how much you want to spend on those things. I always recommend spending a bit more on looks and storage and cooling, mainly because they can last a long time. You can maybe rebuild in that case if you get a good one. You can always add more storage later or less to begin with. And again with cooling, it depends how hot you want to run your system. So here we have everything unboxed, sat on the side here. Obviously you can see hard drive, RAM, storage, blah blah blah. Little modular power supply, 80 plus bronze, 550 watts. The Ryzen 5 2600 is on the ASRock B450 Pro 4 motherboard. Little micro ATX board, not the best for power delivery, but at the end of the day, it's a great budget option for just under £70. So you can't complain there. And we've got an RTX 2060 Ventus from MSI. Again, taking advantage of those new lower prices of the RTX 2060 makes these kind of builds even more possible than it did a few months ago. Now, before I get completely out of breath and completely worn out holding this really heavy camera, probably weighs about 3 kilos. I'm gonna start building this computer. I've got everything I need already set out. I've got my screwdrivers, I've got my cable ties, I've got my SATA cables already out, and yeah, I'm good to go. Time to start building. See you in a little while. Right guys, the build is complete. You've seen the benchmarks, you've seen the B-roll. Now it's time for me to take this little thing apart and put everything back into its boxes. So I'm pretty impressed with this PC overall. You've seen the benchmarks, we're hitting around 80 FPS in Far Cry and Shadow of the Tomb Raider. We're getting around 50 to 60 in Assassin's Creed, and Hitman is around 60 FPS as well. Everything has been cranked to absolute highest settings when testing these. And to be honest, I'm pretty impressed with how this RTX 2060 and this Ryzen 5 2600 actually hold up. Also with Csgo and Overwatch, there's no really kind of built-in benchmarking tool, but I did a couple rounds of each game and we got around 140 FPS on Overwatch and about 260 on Csgo. Obviously you've seen all the benchmarks anyway, you know what the numbers are. I'm just remembering off the top of my head. I'm pretty impressed with this PC overall. It's nice and quiet, it's really nice and tidy. And the only thing that does annoy me is the hum of the hard drive. Probably can't hear it, but I can hear it, and it really bothers me because in my own system I've actually disconnected my hard drives because of general hard drive noise. And I love just having pure solid state storage. But at this kind of price point you can't really expect that. And to be honest, we get decent boot up times with that Adroit Lark random weird SSD I picked up off of Amazon. But I did a crystal disk mark and you've seen that as well. We're getting around the 550-ish reads and around 460 writes, or the other way around, I can't remember. But anyway, that brings us to the end of the video, guys. It's time for me to get back to disassembling. Seems a bit of a shame really. Maybe I should just sell it on, try and get some money back and build another PC. But coming up, we have that build over there, the £1,000 gaming PC. And yeah, I guess it's time to start building and benchmarking that one next. I'll probably do that in a couple of weeks time. Take me a while to edit. I'm struggling for time lately. But anyway guys, I appreciate your support. I appreciate everything you guys are doing for me. We've hit over 11,000 subscribers somehow. I have no idea how. And yeah, thank you very much for watching guys. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Cheers.